It's time. It's it's time. Time to do game design. I should warm up and talk before I go live rather than just having the first thing I say all day be it's time. Um, but I don't. So this is where we're at. Um, Today we're working more on Oops All Warlocks. We're gonna do some game design hopefully. I was last night I was like, I'm gonna get so much work done. I've got a plan, and today I'm feeling less confident about that. But we'll see how it goes. Let's jump over to the nope, not that one. This one. Jumping over to the thing. See I should zoom in so you can actually see it. Well, you can see the logo. It's not been updated. I tried to do a thing and make a new one and didn't do a good job. So I will eventually make one that's not in Google's drawing thing. But for now, it shall remain there. Things. I made a list of what I want to accomplish today. Here it is. Things to do today. Look at the setting. Come up with an aesthetic for the setting. Finish lists. Consider combining likes and dislikes. Prep game. Faction turn. Clean document. Finish playbooks. So that's where... those are the things that I'm I'm going to complete all of these today. And then now I'm oh boy, I had some thoughts when I was doing that. But we can start. Let's go over, so it's one thing that doesn't need to be green anymore. Let's start by looking at the things that I've changed and added. Where should we start? Let's just start at the top with the first thing that I've added, which is more stuff for not any playbook stuff. We're skipping through this. More stuff for the patrons. I wrote a little paragraph for all of them. That's an introductory paragraph. So let's reread them and see if there are any. Well, that's one thing I did. Let's read them. Why not? I don't know. But I will decide if they're good, and if not, I will just delete them or delete individual ones and decide which are the good ones. And I don't know. Let's see. So for the divine, I wrote, do not be afraid or be very afraid, depending on which of the divine you have the pleasure of meeting. And it is a pleasure when it comes down to it. Reflections of humanity's belief, these outer organisms care about us in their own way. Let's hope we aren't too fragile for them. So that's a little bit on the divine. The draconic The draconic are the most material outer organisms, reveling in physical realms. This should be in the physical realm. In the physical realms. Differences from the world they knew. Be shocked by their magnificence and stunned by the glory, and they will reward you. Just don't take something they consider theirs. So that's the thing. Then I also started working on the desires of some of these, so you'll see those. But we'll come back to those when we're actually working on the lists. Eldritch, unknowable, unhearable, unseeable, unreachable. That's what the Eldritch have always been. Something to search for, aim for, long for. The desire for something different drives us to these outer organisms, and maybe, just maybe, they think the same of us. So yeah, that's Eldritch. Demonic, a knowing smirk and a glimmer of sharp teeth, endlessly adaptable. The demonic outer organisms have taken a shine to humanity, its trends, its rituals, and most importantly, its flaws. As they worm their way through the cracks of society, who will they destroy and who will they drag with them? For the Fae ones, I wrote, it's cruel how beautiful the Fae can be, and beautiful how cruel, full of laws and tricks to get around them. These outer organisms are well suited for the intricacies of the human world, but are humans suited to their fickle nature? Only spending time with them will tell, and that's exactly how they like it. There should be a comma there. So that's the Fae. They get a desire too. Undead, it takes something special to give up your humanity. The undead are outer organisms who used to be human, but through some means strip that away to become something else. Some cling to their mates in their previous lives, others happily threw it into the void, but either way, they know more about what it means to be human than you do. And then I came up with a whole new patron, and I was like, what if there was like a man-made one? What if it was like techno? I had it as cyber earlier, but I think techno's a better word. Um, and I wrote down that this is like extra, maybe, like maybe this. Oh, hi, welcome. I'm doing game design. Um, I'm working on. I'm going over what I've changed from last time. Um, so I wrote down this for them, for the techno patron. Humans should keep better track of their creations. Man made and knowing it, humanity casts a long shadow. Where does the techno fall? Where does the techno fall prey to it, and where does it nature as an outer organism shine through? What do these forgotten children want? And then they get the domain infect explore, and I wrote down the names Hypertrain, Diesel 7, True Code, Lori, 8J8, and Postchild. And then for their likes and for their like aesthetic and likes are glass colored lights, the inside of things, tangles, bright plastic, cool metal, the whir of fans, glow under the door, utility, computation, numbers, collections, anonymity, dry eyes, self-improvement, self-replacement, clacking, static, speed, overwhelming, input, output, hiding, timers, insomnia, games, lenses, discs, electricity, gears, hard light, holograms, LEDs. Yes, I hope it's interesting. Um, uh, so that's what's going on with the patrons right now. I just like added a little paragraph to describe all of them. I really like the way you're structuring themes, aesthetics, likes. Thank you. Um, I'm thinking about maybe adding, like, just making the list, changing up the lists a little bit and making it, like, pick likes and dislikes from the list. And so, like, it's the same list for both, likes and dislikes. And so I just need to add a few more things to them and maybe, like, clean them up a little bit. But I haven't decided that yet. And it's not the first thing we're going to do today. I still have origin and reason as things that need to be changed. I don't like these anymore, but I don't know what to change them to, so they've just stayed there. Okay, I've got some setting stuff. We'll come back to that because that's the first thing we're gonna like actually look at. So today so first let's just go over the other things I changed. Oh yeah, it's less list of good things and more list of things I have options on. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And I think most of I like the idea of like some of them are like what you would typically would associate with those like gold. You typically associate that with dragons, but like if like maybe your dragon hates gold and like what is that? How does that? Hi Lav. How does like maybe your dragon hates gold, and how does that like interact with them being a dragon and like the ability to like make different sorts of patrons that are like materially different in a way. Fucking gold, it's a stereotype. Fuck off with your gold BS. Yeah, like that. I went to start working on GM principles and then just like didn't. So that's nothing. I want to maybe revamp safety tools to make them more inherent to the game, which I don't know how to pronounce your username, if it's Maxiner or is it Maxiner? I was watching your stream, so Jason, you inspired me to make the safety tools more inherent to the game, so I need to like revamp this a little bit. I needed call me Jason, yeah. I did, but hopefully that's okay. I'm glad that you okayed that. I need to pick an art style for the techno. I think maybe like I was thinking pixel art, but maybe that's like a little too on the nose. So we'll look into it. I am the person who cares least about how Maxner is pronounced. You pronounce it the same way you pronounce O with things. I know you're changing the name from Mortally Bankrupt, or thinking about changing the name from Mortally Bankrupt, so, um, uh, the true name. Can you just call it the true name? Because that's pretty great. Um, I wrote down that I want physical changes, and I wrote yes with a question mark. I think I'm sold on, like, being around patrons, like, physically changes what you look like. Holds hands in the... yeah, like this. Like, your face is the O, and then your hands are the thing. That's how you say the name. But I think I'm sold on liking... I think it gives it the game more of a... it gives the game more of a... big candidate is consumed. Ooh, that's good. I think that having your physical changes in your, like, person because of the patrons gives it more of a fantasy tone, which is nice, and it also gives it a little more of a what the other thing? I can't remember the other thing. There was another thing where it's like, but I can't remember, so it's fine, I guess. I think that's it. So, okay. So that's it. So we're going to look at the setting stuff now, which I wrote and I'm not 100% about. So we'll see if it's bad. And then I need to, like, think about the aesthetic of the setting. Okay. Here's what I got. The city, previously capital city, or I didn't come up with, like, a name. I don't like zones. Hold on, let me change that. Control H, zones. Just replace it with a space. Replace all. Because I realized that one space. I realized that I have OOPS standing for Outer Organism Pollution Sector, so I can't have it be sector zones. That doesn't make any sense. So it's just gonna have to be OOPSes, which sounds a little goofy, but I think it'll be fine. Sorry, I got distracted fixing things before I... oh, damn it. Too many spaces. The city, the previous capital city, or a name for the city that I have to come up with. And then, like, oopses, I guess it's like this. Oopses are somehow created. People living in oopses aren't allowed to leave the city due to perceived infection and fear of spread. Time passes, wild magic traditions are all but lost from the world. Limb, which are the evil the evil wizard capitalists, come in with the promise to clean up, do something with the oops zones, with the oopses. Oops, how did I do that? Ooh, oh boy. With the oopses, they don't have plans for the people, only the land, and maybe harnessing the outer organisms. So that's, like, the basics of the plot, is that it's, like, it creates that powder keg city where it's, like, that Blades does so well with the, like, ghost shield field, or I don't remember what it's called, where it's, like, you physically can't leave the city. It's kind of like, thinking that people with the oops zones, the oopses, yeah. The oopses are, I think, like, outer organism pollution sectors. They're, like, I'm taking a little bit of inspiration from, like, nuclear radiation, which is, I guess, a weird thing to say, where it's like you're invisibly infected by, like, pure magic, and so, like, I don't think there's actually, like, a whole bunch of downsides to it. Like, there's not, you don't, like, get sick and die, but like, there's a perceived, like, you do, like, physically change, and there's a perceived, like, oh, if you can't go there because you'll be infected by the magic, and then if you leave, you take the magic out of it with you, so, like, it's, like, you can't leave. I don't know, that's where I'm at right now. I don't know if I'm, like, gonna stick with this, but I wanted something on the page, and it's the thing that I came up with that, like, filled in all the ideas that I liked. Outer organisms are the outer organism. The official name for patrons no longer officially exists. Lim's official ruling was that what was thought to be outer organisms was actually the human mind trying to comprehend contact with the raw magic. Belief in them is considered gauche and childish, at least by Lim. So like the outer organisms, like patrons, are like real and exist as like beings, but like their existence is denied, which is like I think that creates like that makes I think if like people if like I think it makes a little more sense that that their existence be denied because if they were like yeah these super powerful things exist and you can just be friends with them and then they give you magic powers like I think that like there would be a little more tried to put more control on them and I want the Lim and stuff and the government would try to put more control on that and so I think that the it being a little more like under the radar is a good thing for play because then you can like have a little more freedom in play, which I like. I have some more notes about Lim. Lim is a cultural giant, a company created after the event that caused the city to be attacked, the city to be infected, I guess, or like contaminated. Maybe it's called like the contamination or something, but I haven't come up with it. When fear of wild magic was at its strongest, Lim promised to control magic. That magic just needed rules and standardization, something the general populace was desperate for. Thus, Lim became the first. I wrote Scio Magi, which that was just like it's just like science and magic, which I don't know if this word is anything or if I should just say like I don't know. I'll leave it for now. Corp. It remains one of the most popular to this day. Membership is highly sought after, at least by some. So like that's just a little more about Lim. They're like a big company that's like has a headquarters somewhere that is now coming into the city to like clean up and like make habitable for like regular people again. And they don't have a plan. They're not like and we're gonna like disinfect the people here. They're just like we're gonna fix the land and then where are the people gonna go? We don't care or no. We have our own things going on. It's kind of like the idea there. And then they say it was a natural disaster, that the city was built on a magical fault line, and that it was bound to happen sooner or later, that the magical splendor of the city aggravated the already opened wound. That's just like I don't think there was like an attack or something. I think, or maybe there was, but it's covered up. I think the like main, like the prevailing belief behind what happened to the city was that it was just like like a freak accident. That it was just like a natural disaster is what I'm thinking. And then I wrote down city sectors, and I only came up with 3 because I got distracted. One that isn't an oops zone. I think there's like one that like it was like on the edge of the sound that didn't get like why did this stay a zone? One that isn't an oops. I think there's like one that was like on the edge of the town that like didn't get like exposed. So that's one that people can still like freely leave from. The home of Lim, both inside and outside the city, and then the most well-off sector, and then I got bored and couldn't come up with any more. But I need more, like, city sectors, because I think if it's going to all take place in a city, it needs, like, a fair amount, just like Blades. The society exists inside the city as much as capitalists of the society outside of the city. I just wrote that down, like, it's probably there's a lot more trade going on, because there's a lot less, like, physical money. Or maybe there's like an agriculture section, like farming section. There's like an agriculture section. I don't know. I gotta keep coming up with those. There's a lot more like trading and stuff, and like I like it, like that. It's it's a lot more of like a like community sort of society, communal society, rather than like a like very transactional society. But like you have to interact with the outside world, and so like stuff. I like the idea that they're like that the city was like big and prosperous and that it had like everything it needed in it, and so now it's like sort of a self-sustaining sort of thing, and that's how people have. I think um, I wrote atomic era tech exists inside the city, mostly powered by magic. The knowledge of how to create it has been lost. Lim has similar tech function, but completely rebuilt from the ground up. I like the idea of like big clunky tech things and things that have like plastic that's like faded and cracked, and there are plants growing out of it, and I think that that's like a good aesthetic for this game, maybe. Like and then compared to like Lim with like a sleeker, more modern ideas of technology, but like both ends up working like similarly. Um, and the we don't know how to make the tech anymore, and so you have to like find the tech and stuff. It's always a good trope. Um, so like I think that's good. And then prolonged contact with outer or magic isn't wizard magic or warlock magic goes haywire inside. Oops. One of the causes for the loss of knowledge, like there was magic before wizards and there was magic before warlocks, and like I think some people had access to it, but it was more like an inherent thing, like more like sorcerers. And I think it doesn't. I think it doesn't work the same inside the oops, which is why people didn't just keep doing exactly what they were doing and using magic the same way. Um, so and so then they lost the knowledge to like use magic in that way. And then maybe a rule about in playing inherently magic replaces your starting ability with that. Inherently magic person that replaces your starting ability with that, similar to like the scum and villainy playing a Xeno thing, um, an ability that's like I can once a day I can do this thing, but it's like they're like I'm thinking like big and chaotic things that don't that like cause a lot of problems as opposed to like I don't know. Well, I'll think more about that. I haven't, and so that's the setting stuff I have. I'm not positive on it. I wanted something, so I wrote it down. I think it's like a good starting place, maybe, and we'll see it evolve more as time goes on. I'm not totally sure, but I don't want too much setting. I just want like a little setting that's like flavor more than it is like that's more like flavor than it is other things. But I don't know if I've succeeded at that. And this is just like notes. I need to like put it into like a good paragraph. Um, but yeah, I like the like aesthetic of like the aesthetic of like I'm thinking like big plastic things that are like faded and broken and like have plants growing out of them. I know I already said that, but like that's like the main image I have in my head. And like images of like power like great pieces of technology that have like graffiti on them and that like still work, but like we don't know how to like fix or make new or like and stuff like that. So that's what I'm gonna try to capture, I guess. So that's the setting stuff. I don't know about I don't know. I'm not confident about it. Is where I'm at. I think I want like lists of aesthetic stuff for the setting to like. I think this is gonna be like I think I'm gonna add this to my like um regular list of things to do. Come up with individual for each city sector. More city sectors is another thing that's on that list now. Okay, so let's move on to finishing the lists. So I went too far. Here, okay. So, I think where we're at is that I think I want likes and dislikes to be the same. I think I want them to be, I think I want them to all be the same. So I need to add things to... I need to add things to these lists to make more, like... And I don't think I'm gonna, like, remove things yet. I'm gonna, like, just add things. So, like, things angels, are any of these, like, easy? Let's just start with the easy one so that I can get in the mode. I guess, like, bloodshed. Like, that's like a good both one. This part of the stream gets weird because I don't do a lot of talking and I just sort of, like, stare into the distance like, which I guess is a way to stream, but it's not as compelling as, like, other ways to stream, I suppose. But angels don't, like, do I have retribution? I guess, like, vengeance. That's different enough from retribution to, like, make sense. Prejudice, maybe? I can't spell. Google is not even helping me. I think I just did the literally same thing. Prejudice. Angels typically don't like that, but maybe they do. Who knows? Lead. I think it's good. What other kind of things do angels dislike? They don't like... Maybe like bugs? I don't know. But, like, swarms of locusts are also good. Like, I think bugs are good. Like, you can have good and bad bugs. Glamour? No, I should put glamour on the Fae list. I feel like that. Angels. They... Lying. Don't like lying. But maybe they do like lying. I don't know. That's interesting, I think. I don't want to put things like worship, because I think they all will, like, have some element of worship in them. Um, that is really interesting. Is it the lion thing, or I think that's a good one because also like lying to yourself and lying about, yeah, yeah, the lion thing. I think lying because like I think that that's a good one. I agree. Uh, because like lying about yeah, it's I'm just like processing it, and it's I definitely like that one. Um, Mountains, that feels like a thing. Good in every way, yes. Because like if they don't like lying, then like you can't. If you lie at all, like they're gonna be mad at you. But if they do like lying, then you just have to lie all the time, and like, that's it's like it's a thing. Um, Accusations, maybe that's, hey, I'm taking the biblical role of Satan. Yeah, but let's put accusations on the demonic one. Yeah, that's good. um Angels. I'm trying to remember my like years of Catholic school, and it's not coming back to me. I guess I didn't pay that much attention. Shadows. I think that's probably like I'll like clean. I probably plan on cleaning these lists up, but I'm just trying to like write things down for now. Okay, I think the dragon list is probably the one that needs the least amount of stuff added to, because like the thing that they don't like are like other dragons probably. So like if you're emerald, you might hate onyx, or if you're lava, you probably don't like forked lightning. Um, um, but like um. But things that disobedience. Um, Promises. No, I think that's probably works better somewhere else. Like in the Fae, probably is promises. Oops. Dragons. They're big, they're spooky. They like elements, and they like valuables. They don't like sharing. Maybe like people. Others. Other people. And I think that can be like translated to like other humans that aren't outside isolation. That's good. Thank you. can't even spell when I'm like literally looking at the word spelled. Um, um, they like flying. I think that's probably good for now. These lists are things that I'm going to keep adding and subtracting to and working on for a long time, I imagine. I just need like starting bits for like getting there. Okay. Eldritch. This one's going to be clarity. Illumination. Understanding. Newness. Cause like I like the idea that like maybe they like hate new things, but maybe they like new things because they're weird and different and like not what they're used to. And honestly, I don't know a ton about Eldritch horror, and like I would need to do a ton of research on like, hey, what's the good Eldritch horror and not the horribly racist Eldritch horror to like. I need to do research even just to do research, so I'm not sure, like... Yeah. I'm just sort of going off a gut feeling and, like, trying not to make... What I've, like, kind of hit upon in this paragraph I wrote, is, like, there's a tendency to see the other as, like, evil and bad, and I want to like put the other as like compelling and interesting and like not evil and bad, I guess, like not as like bad because it's other and like destruction because it's other, but like the search for something other than yourself and like something different than you is like good and like healthy. It's like my like different potentially bad, not bad because different. Yeah, like, and like you're teaming up with your patron, so it's not they're like they are at least like allied with you. They're not like evil, or they might be evil, but then you're probably evil too, which is okay then. But like my like rudimentary like attempt to like where like I know very little about Eldritch horror and but are like they're not worse for you from being different than you. Yes, they're not worse than you, and they're not like bad for you. And I like the idea of like. I specifically like this last sentence where I wrote, and maybe they just think the same about us, where it's like, we're curious about them and they're curious about us, and there's like an overlap of interest in each other. I'm adding communication to the list. Which I might need to like come back to this seriously, like when I am like and decide like even if I want Eldritch in the game eventually, but like for now I'm leaving it in and working on it, and maybe we'll do some like, I know that there are people who are like doing good work with Eldritch Horror and like out there, so maybe eventually I'll do some research. um, and this isn't a horror game, so like I'm dodging a lot of the problem there where like the other needs to be dangerous and like to be like make it horrible, but by like this isn't a horror game, like you're friends with the Eldritch sort of, you're at least allies with the Eldritch. So yeah, I think I'm okay for now. What other things do Eldritch beings like amplify? I do not have any sources I use to inspire. um, yeah. So I have nothing to recommend. That's fair. Yeah. I need to get in on playing more. I've heard you talking about some of the interesting things with it, and I had fun the one time I did play it. So, do you like that I'm doing the like motion now? um, um, uh, the like. Do I have like dark water? Because I should have that. Bubbles. I don't have dark water. It's so good, you love it. That's good. Well, it's like, I hope you love the game you're making. Like, that's a good place to be at. Do I have clarity? Oh yeah, I did write clarity down. Yeah, I think that's probably good for now. Demonic. Order, chaos, formality, deals, forked tongues, spiked tails, fire, brimstone, candles, incense, circles, wands. Name of God, horns, tar, suits, formal, change, bad influences, fur, lipstick, holes, talons, contrast, tattoos, composure, turns, body side hair, slice mouth, fond of energy, bored, fashionably late, corrupting accusations. Let's see, what other things do demonics be? They symbols of worship. I'm thinking of like crosses and stuff. Maybe that makes more sense in undead. Yeah, I think so. Oops, undo that. Or maybe they just both get it. Yeah, maybe they just both get it. Silver. Do I have wolves? Wolves should be on here. Okay, let's do demonic because I'm getting distracted by not doing demonic. I already this feels already a little bit like it there. Um, or bureaucracy, because I think like bureaucratic demons are fun, but also they can hate that. That's an easy thing to hate. Disinterest. Um, they're like... I'm just sort of moved my hands now, which is not like... I guess that helps me think. Um, like... Hierarchy? Hierarchy is good. Maybe like sacrifice? Because they can like it when you sacrifice, hate it when they need to sacrifice, or... And like, there's a lot of ways to read that. I think maybe that's good for now. Cruel, fickle, greedy, generous, loopholes, connection of all living things, overgrowth, mist, soft rain, gentle winds, thorns, undergrowth, ivy, honey, caresses, analyze, stags, wolves, owls, hawks, foxes, loving, genderfuckery, frailty, community, fungus, spindly, distracted, trees laden with fruit, fairy circles, sun warmed earth, blackberries, sun-kissed skin, freckles, unblemished, lavender, lamb's ear, dried grass, wildflowers, untouched landscapes, weeds, growth we can get at glamour, promises. Like tricks. They like tricks, but also dislike tricks. Fire. What do I have in? Confidence, individualism, gardens. Hardiness, coexistence, fire, conformity, newness. Hardiness, coexistence, conformity is good. Yeah, I think that's good for now. Undead. Okay, Silver worship, silver wolves, living things. Like, maybe they love living things because they remind them of what they're not, and maybe they hate living things because they aren't. What other undead are like? Oh wait, I do. Welcome to Night Vale. I used to listen to the Welcome to Night Vale. I actually have a poster that's like signed that I got for like it was like before it was popular enough that they weren't even charging for signings. Um, but I stopped around. Um, there was a point where it like felt like it ended, and then I kind of fell off there because I was like, maybe this should have ended. Um, uh, Even though like I'm sure they're still, I know that they're still doing like interesting, good things. It's just like it felt like a complete story, and so I don't know, I just sort of fell off. But Welcome to Night Vale is good. I would still recommend it, even though I fell off. Um, but maybe I should go back and like re-listen to like the parts that I that I haven't listened to yet. Um, Blood. Do I have blood already? I should have blood. I do have blood. There's like, it's like the fifth thing I wrote was blood, and I'm like, what about blood? Like, no, I thought of blood. Um, um, Season 2 moving into Season 3 was real weak. I think that's probably where I fell off. I'm so behind on podcasts right now, though. I have like 50 or something sitting in my like queue of like listen to these, and it's a problem. It's because when I was working, I like would listen to a ton of podcasts like driving over and then also at work, and now that I'm like not working, like I'm like doing other things, so like it's just like I haven't had time to like listen to these. I like got into so many podcasts that now I am like in too many podcasts, and it's like it's a it's it causes me some anxiety, but not a ton, which is good because if it did cause me a ton, I would need to like give up podcasts or something, but I don't want to because I like podcasts a lot. Um, um, what other things are undead about? They're about aging. I think that's good because like a lich probably into aging. Vampires not so into aging. Um, and they also just don't like it when you age, which is like something you can't control, which is really good. Um, um, I don't know if that's how you spell aging, but whatever. Um, Hunters. That's different than predators. Um, Impatience. That's definitely spelled wrong, but okay, Google, if you're not going to tell me it's spelled wrong. Maybe just instead of impatience, it's patience. They either like patience or they hate patience. They just want you to do everything at once. Um, uh, Maybe like I don't know, maybe that's fine. They've got a big long list. Okay, computers. Computers, like water. Like That's bad for computers. Or moisture. Computers and robots. Movement. All I can every time I like say computer, my brain plays the "Don't hug me, I'm scared." I'm a computer. I'm a computery guy, and it just plays in loop on my head because I don't know. I guess the phrase "computery guy" is like stuck in my head for some reason. Um, uh, what other computers? What do computers? Computers are like. Robots and computers and AI are like learning. I think there's like an interesting like space for like a like AI that like doesn't want to learn because that will change it, and it doesn't want to change because like change means to kill your current self, I guess. I think that there's like something interesting there. Maybe just change. Augmentation. Daemons? Daemons? I don't know enough. I like daemons are a computing thing. I don't know how that they are a computing thing. I'll write it down. Um, but I don't know enough about computers. I'm like going off like sci-fi knowledge of computers. Disorder is good. Or is order better? I feel like order is better. Like friendship. Computers. I'm a computer. I'm a computery guy. Computers are like resetting. Like turn it off, turn it on again, I guess. Humanity. What is this? That's fine. Oh, wait. Go away. Go over here. Oh, yeah. It went dark because my screen went dark. That's okay. Maybe that's fine. These are gonna need to probably change and evolve over the course of the game, but that's okay. So let's let's move on to the desires, which are kind of goals. I think it's desires slash goals. Like these are the things that your patron wants. This is the thing that your patron wants, and so this is like, and they're not like a goal like that is easily accomplished. There are goals that are like strange and arcane, I guess. Like, stop doing that. Okay, fine. There, go away. Okay, it's gone. Computers. I have some written out. I wrote for Draconic, because I think Draconic is kind of the easiest because they are, like, very materially focused. Realms. So they get the worship of not... I should put this in italics so that I can see the difference between the lists. There's some in Fae, too. There's one in Fae. Draconic have... that's demonic. Draconic. The worship of non-believers and works of great art made especially for them. That's what I have right now. So, like, I really like the worship of non-believers because, like, they don't want you to believe in them. They just want the worship, and, like, specifically they don't want you to believe in them. They just want the worship. But, like, so you can't provide that because, like, you are a believer, and so it's like I don't know, I like it. I think it's weird and arcane, which is what I was going for. But we need like we need a fair amount of these for all of them. I think I had one for techno, which is like what does it mean to be human? What it means to be human. I think that's like not a bad one. Maybe something like evolve past something or other. Maybe just evolve. It's a good one. That's gotta be spelled wrong. I should turn the light on in here so that it's not so dark. Hold on. Not that makes that much of a difference, but ignore my pajama pants. Look, I put on a shirt for this. I didn't want to put on pants. Is evolve a good one or is evolve not I can't tell if that's a good one. I'll leave it for now. Oops. Maybe for Eldritch, like, gain knowledge no one else knows of. And it's like in Blades where they have, like, how, like, Lord Skurlock has that repeating clock that's, like, discover arcane secret or whatever. And so it's not like once this happens once, the like patron will be like done with it. The patron, like, this is the patron's like soul in a way of like secrets. Yeah, secrets is good. Like, learn knowledge no one knows. Learn secrets because Learn. No one knows of. He's also like kind of maybe learns. Is it learn secrets no one knows of is better? Like it's gotta be something like no one knows about. These also kind of like guide your game a little bit of like what kind of missions you're gonna be doing and stuff. Like if you're learn secrets no one knows of, like you're probably gonna be like doing a like more investigational game than like growth that constricts is more about like grow like building your faction up. And so like these are gonna be the hard. I think these are gonna be the hardest parts of the list. Is like these, because these have to be like perfect because they're so integral to the game, and it's gonna be hard. Um, Divine. What do Divine want? They want... They want, like, power, and they want, like, worship? Do they want, like... They want to, like, improve society, I guess? Like... Is improve human society? Like, improve society. Like, that's one. Like... I don't know, maybe that's not strong enough. Or not, like, arcane enough. It's definitely, like, if that's the thing they're constantly trying to do, like, that means you are, like, to please them, you're constantly trying to do that, which is, like... I'll leave it for now. I had another one, real quick, that was... Like, dole out. Dole out punishment. Maybe just punish is a better word than dole out punishment. Punish? Like, that seems like a divine thing. Try to come up with at least like one for all of them. And then maybe like thinking of more. There's also like a part of me that wants to leave these more open, where it's like or write your own. I guess that's always implied that you can or write your own. That's just like, what is it saying? That's like advanced Supercell Warlocks. What do the demonic want? Corrupted officials? corrupting power, maybe? And like, do they want the power, or do they want to corrupt power? I think that's maybe good. What do the undead want? Maybe like change humanity, or like destroy humanity. Maybe that's a little too. Maybe destroy humanity is a bit too much. I don't know, but I kind of like it. Like, obviously there'll be other ones. Like, you don't have to destroy humanity, but I kind of like that. And you don't have to like destroy all people. Like, maybe that's how you interpret it, but maybe you're just trying to like destroy the notions of humanity and the functions of humanity. And I don't know. It's weird. Like, it's a weird goal to have in a game when you're playing human characters, to be like, I want to destroy humanity. I think it's maybe good. Maybe this one's like uplift machines. It wants to make like more of what it is. Some of these would make for like longer games than others. Like, if you're picking up learn what it means to be humans, then your game probably has like a specific end where your patron learns what it means to be human and is like, okay, I'm done. But like, if you're trying to uplift machines, then like, are you gonna uplift all machines? I guess, like, all of them. Like, I don't know. That's what the patron wants. I like maybe destroy humanity and preserve humanity as like two things that the undead tried to do. Like they're like, they have that's two like very different approaches to like why to become undead and like strip yourself of your humanity. Maybe like regain life. What does that look like? That could be interesting. Maybe we can come up with 3 for everyone, and that could be a good starting point. What other things do Fae want? Fae want... They're like tricksy, and they like to like play pranks, and they like they have like courts, and Maybe like power over fairy court. Maybe that's too not arcane enough. It's too like material. Like this is exactly what it's gonna be. Um, um, I'll come back to it. Um, maybe like love. Is that? Like all love? All love. They want all love. Does that feels like a fairy thing where it's just like, no, everyone loves me. Um, right? Like, oops, all the love in existence. Yeah, like that feels good and strange and arcane. Some of these feel bad. I feel like that feels like the kind of strange and arcane thing that a patron would want. That, like, of course, you can't get them all love. That doesn't make any sense, but that's what they want, and so that's what you have to try to get them. Like, I like that. Um, I'm trying to come up with 3 for each one. I think that's like a good number. Um, for like to start with. Like I'm gonna probably like with the option to write more and like I'm probably gonna write more, but let's like set a goal for myself that I think is reasonable, and then yeah. Um, what if they like? I want to do something like about like courts and tricks and like how they interact, like interacting with other fae, and like, but like, how is that strange and arcane? I guess it's like strange and arcane just by the nature of like other fae or exist. Um, maybe like unite the fae in a court. Reunite the fae court. No, because I don't know how many like if you pick fae, you might not have any other fae patrons in the game. So like, um, I want something about like courts and or like tricks um maybe just rule a court or perfect a court. Let's try. Yeah, let's try that. Um, demonic corrupting power. Unclear if they want to, if it is they want power that is going to corrupt them and you, or if they want to corrupt people in power. I think both are valid readings, maybe at the same time. What other things do demons want? They want, like, your eternal soul, I guess, but that's, like, I don't think that's really what they want in this game. Um, like, what do demons are about? Demons are about, like, corrupting and presentation and, like, what's the word for, like, presentation and, like, showmanship and like, so, like, maybe something like, maybe they want to, what do they want? Maybe they want to, like, I'm having a hard time. Maybe they're the ones who want to, like, be the most powerful patron, like, ooh, like, become religion. Like, I think that's good. Like, they want to... Why isn't this italicized? They want to, like, be known and worshipped. Maybe another thing that they could do is... unify patrons. Like, in parentheses, with them in charge. Yeah, we'll leave that for now. I don't... Okay. Eldritch. What are learned secrets no one knows of? Become unknown. Like... Or become unknown or be forgotten more. I think become unknown is more evocative than be forgotten. Become forgotten is good. Thank you, Lav. What other things do Eldritch Beings want? Something like... Something like... Something about, like... I'm having a hard time. What do Eldritch Beings are, like... unknown and curious and... we have, like, kind of a curious one and I have an unknown one. So what other things are they about? No, I wrote Dark Water twice. Dark Water is the third thing I wrote. This is a thing I've also struggled with a lot. Yeah. I can imagine. Maybe, like, transform the world. Because one of their domains is transform. Maybe, like, recreate the world in their image sort of vibe. We'll take that for now. That's not bad. Okay. The Draconic are, like, the most material. So these are the ones that are, like, most, like, here's a physical thing I want. So, like, the Worship of Non-Believers, works of great art made especially for them. Like, maybe respect of all existence. It's supposed to be... I think that's good. Like, for now at least. Improve society, punish, and one more for divine, and then we'll move on. Punish, so angels want to, like, help, they want to hurt, they want to announce things, I guess. That's not super helpful. Find God, maybe? Is that too much? I feel like maybe that's good. Religion isn't totally a thing I've thought about in the setting a ton, so maybe I don't know if there is a ton of religion in the setting. I kind of prefer to leave it, like, open, maybe. And maybe, like, there's, like, a church, maybe there's, like, one church faction, but I don't want to be, like, super heavy on religion. I think Find God is good. Okay. Okay, we've got it. That's just... We did desires and goals, but we'll probably need more of them, just... Warlock Magic is intimate and personal. We're just gonna add that to the end of all of them, because that's how it works now. Warlock Magic is intimate and personal. Warlock Magic is intimate, personal. Personal. Warlock Magic is intimate and personal. Warlock Magic is intimate and personal. Yeah. Warlock Magic is intimate and personal. We got it. Okay, so that's another thing completed for today. We've done the lists. They're gonna need more editing. They're definitely not done, but they're like done enough. And we can find that. Okay, so now we're gonna work on the prep game. This is like, I should probably move the faction turn below clean document. I changed my mind. I want to clean the document before I work on the whole faction turn thing, because that's going to be like a whole game in and of itself. And I don't think I'm going to finish it today, so I'd like the document to be clean before that, because this document's a mess. Okay, let's put this up here. Okay, here is, I guess, where the game goes. Faction turn start. Faction turn setup. Okay, so like, I guess I should like write a thing where I'm like, here's what the turn is, here's the pick X this. Okay, every player, including the, have I used GM or MC or our GM principles there? GM, go GM. I think I wrote GM. Yeah, I don't have MC, so it's GM. Every player, including the GM. I might change that later, but for now it's GM. Creates a patron. Creates a patron. This is done by choosing a type, name, by a type, name, X likes, and X dislikes. And a desire. Then pass them around the table. The table, choose one to play that is not. One to play that is not your. That is not the one you created. And start the game with and introduce them. Choosing a type name. Should probably add pronouns. Do I want lists of... I might want lists of pronouns for the patrons, but we'll consider that at a later date. Start the first Faction. Turn. First faction turn. After communally decide which patron the group would like to serve. The rest become NPC factions in the game. Continually decide. Okay, first faction turned. Okay. I need to pull up. I think I'm basing the faction turn off firebrands. Or at least loosely based off firebrands and stuff, so I need to look at that. Which is, I'm looking over here because it's on my laptop because I don't have any of my role-playing game documents on my actual computer. Okay. Oh, I want to add, rest become empty factions in the game based on the first faction turn. Determine faction relationships. Oh, that reminds me. There was something else I wanted to write down. What was it? It was faction relation with Muslim. You can never reach with Lim. The best with Lim. They, your existence is disdainful to them. The best you can do is 0, where they have forgotten about you or moved on to bigger threats. There. Gotta write that down before I forget. Okay. First faction turn. Okay. Introduce your characters. So I think it's called, the first thing is called Solitaire. That they do. And it's like So I don't know. The question is, do I want to do a solitaire thing where like you come up with you pick a a thing that that you've been doing with your faction, that your patron has been doing, or do I want to do a conversation over dinner where all the patrons are interacting, or do I want to do both? And I'm not really sure what one I want to do, because I'd have to write a lot of for solitaire. I'd have to write a lot of options because I have a lot of factions. Um, but I'm gonna have to write it eventually. Um, hmm. I think solitaire is good. Do you want multiple prompts per faction, each with like 3 choices? I feel like I have to, especially if solitaire is going to be used more than once. Like if I'm gonna have a faction turn, like I feel like there should be the option to go back to solitaire, where it's like, well, our faction, our patron isn't really doing anything, so like doesn't have there's not like a clear path forward for our patron right now, so let's go back to solitaire and look at those options there. So like, yes, I think, and so I think that's just gonna be a part of the game that I just have to write, and it's just gonna take some time. Maybe I can start with just writing one per faction with 3 choices. That is like, so that you can start the like do the first faction turn and like come back and do more as I fill out the game. That sounds like a plan to me. Start with one. That's okay. Maybe it cuts out other things you have to do then. I'm not totally sure. I'm not totally following that sentence, but maybe it cuts out other things you have to do then. Yeah, I'm not totally following that sentence. Sorry, though. Like maybe you don't have to write profiles for each faction because the solitaires are so descriptive. Oh, maybe. Like I don't think I wrote the. I don't think I like the creation is very is very uh the creation is very what's the word descriptive. So I don't think I need like I wasn't planning on writing profiles for each faction because like you have like you're making these things, and I guess there are other ones, but yeah, let's start with just like let's start and see where we go. Trying to remember, it's divine. I'm trying to remember the order because I want to just keep the same order. Divine, Draconic, Eldritch, Demonic, Fey, Undead, Techno. Divine, Draconic, Eldritch. Demonic, Fey, Undead, Techno. Demonic, Fey. Techno. Okay, so. Okay, what sort of things are each of these factions doing? Let's think. Oh, now I have no idea. Oh, ideas, brain. Come on. Um... So it's like, you've been doing something. Do I have an idea? Okay. What's like an example from Firebrands? You've been entertaining interloping offworlders in your family estate, and they've proven gracious and easygoing, and you're warming to them. And they've been thoughtlessly presumptuous with your best goods, and they've been treating you like a servant. So like, thinking, like, maybe like for the Draconic one, it's like you had a duel with one of the other outer entities, outer organisms. That's not right. Organisms. The other outer organisms. And you easily overpowered them, proving your superiority, and it was a drag out fight. Drag. Leaving you your wounds. You licking your wounds. Drag out fight, leaving you and lost terribly. You lost terribly. Your only option now is to save face. Lost terribly. Now is to try and save face. Like that, maybe? Are those anything? Let's... I don't really like your only option now is to try to save face. You lost terribly. Your pride was hurt more. Your pride was hurt more than anything. Try to fight. When you look at your wounds, you easily overpowered them, proving your superiority. Like, I think that's good. You've been spending time in the human world. A lot of time in the human. You spent a lot of time in the human world. They are endlessly entertaining. Endlessly entertaining. Not sure why even come back. And they are, oops, to notice you. And they're starting to notice you. You starting to notice you. They're starting to notice you. Something. And they have become predictable. It's time to find new toys. I'm beginning to notice you. I kind of want to add questions to the ends of these. Like, you're not even sure why you come back. Why do you? Like, questions for people to answer. So how to find new toys. What What about humans is entertaining? You were about to suggest that in questions? We were on the same page. Starting to notice you. You didn't stick to the shadows enough. What have they started doing in your name? Okay. What shiny new prize did you win? Leaving you licking your wounds. What injury? Hi, Luke. What injury hurts the most? We're working on making solitaire questions for the first faction turn. What injury hurts? What really bothers you? What usually bothers you the most, not what hurts the most. You lost terribly, your pride was hurt more than anything. What? How are you trying to save face? Okay. What terrible vengeance do you plan? Oh, that's pretty good. I kind of like the idea of it being more, more inner focused than outer focused. Because, like, there's, like maybe there's another draconic, patron, but it might not be the one that you're fighting with, and they're, like, I like the idea more of you interacting with the other patrons that people have created more. Let's do... Oh, Luke, you haven't seen it. I added a new... I came up with a new patron. I added another one. That's techno, because what if there was a man-made one? Isn't that cool? And so now there's a one that is... This is good reasoning. Now there's one that's man-made, and they have names like Hypertrain and Post-Child, Diesel 7. Yeah. It also made me rethink the, like, tech level of the setting a little bit, where I think there are, like, computers and stuff. But there's not a hack skill, which is a thing I'm a little bit worried about, but maybe I can add one later, or maybe we don't need one. I guess we'll see. Like, you can remember at a computer, or imagine at a computer. Like, you don't need to have a specific hack skill. You can just do other things at computers. Okay, I would like the word greeble added to the aesthetic list. Okay. I don't totally know what that means, but I will add it. I trust you. for evil. Also, we decided that I added some more things to the aesthetic list and decided that it's just like you pick your likes and dislikes from the same list. So like I added some things that are more commonly dislikes and also like a few other things. But I like the idea that like some of yours like to make like different patrons that are like unexpected within the function of the yeah, I don't know if that made sense, but we're picking them from the same list. So like maybe there are little bits on the outside of Star Wars spaceships that the designers out there to make them look busy. Oh, cool. That's good. Actually, I'm gonna be in a Star Wars game soon, which I'm very excited about because I have an odd amount of I have like very specific Star Wars knowledge that like has nothing to do with wider Star Wars lore and like, but I'm excited for this. I'm gonna be in a Star Wars game. Is I guess that anecdote. We're doing it in Scum and Villainy, so that'll also be fun because I haven't gotten a chance to play it yet. I have it right next to me right now because we're writing a Forged in the Dark game. So like having Forged in the Dark games around is like makes me feel like I'm doing research. Okay, let's come up with more questions. Or more like prompts. I guess they're prompts. A building that had to you in your human life was just torn down. And good riddance. It's midwinter and all the beasts in the wild wastes are holding parliament. Oh, that's pretty good. I'm just gonna copy that. Oh no, it copied it, paste without formatting. Yeah. It's midwinter and all the beasts of the wild and wastes are holding parliament. And you attended in a beast form as to not arouse suspicion. What mischief? Okay, I have stopped playing Magic. There's nothing left to win today. Oh, I'm sorry. Or maybe, hooray, you won everything that you could. It's not aroused suspicion. What mischief did you plant? And the beasts are organized. You're not in attendance. Too grand for such lowly creatures. What secret kinship do you share with them? Good. That's good. Yes. You're not in attendance. Too grand for such lowly creatures. What secret kinship do you share with them? And or is it a U or a the? And probably a U. Maybe one where they're plotting against you. That could be good. Or maybe one where you're like... And you paid them no mind. You paid them their dues, maybe? And they... Oh, what about... And they paid you their... They paid you their dues. They paid you their dues for watching over them. And you're there as a sovereign to hear their grievances? Maybe. Their dues as... Maybe, and they paid you your dues as their... sovereign. Pay them their dues as their sovereign. What do beasts? What beast? What token of? Are you now in possession of? How's that? Like, you have a thing? Pay their dues as... What I think more is that... The more I think about it, the more Into the White Witch from Narnia as a good example of a Fae patron. Yeah, I think that'd be a good example. I don't know a ton... I've seen the movie, but, like, I never read the books or anything, so I don't have a ton of reference there, but I feel like that's a good one. You paid them their due, and they paid you your dues as their... I feel like maybe, like, as their grievance hearer is maybe better. I don't want to just... you paid them their dues as their... As a representative. As the... like, a representative that... As their... grievance bearer. Is that anything? I feel like that's something. Your dues as their grievance bearer. What token of beastdom are you now in possession of? Okay. Back to and a building that you had sentimental value in your human life was just turned down. And good riddance. And good riddance. All memory of that. And they paid you tithes as their rightful sovereign. What payments do beasts offer their ruler? That's close. I like the first part. And they paid you your tithes as their rightful sovereign better than what I have. But I think I like what token of beastdom are you now in possession of more than what payments do beasts offer their ruler. Let me copy this. I'm so glad the chat doesn't move fast so that I can actually copy these things. Paid you tithes. Their rightful sovereign. What tokens of beastdom do you now have in possession? Good riddance. All memories. All memory of that time is better off. You're better off with all memory of that time. You'd be better off if all memory of that time was stripped from you. What memory I like the idea of an option for the undead one where the building was the last remnant of your mortal life and you're sad mad about it. I don't want to like have it be the last remnant because I want to be able to people to pick this multiple times if they come back to it. But definitely something where you're sad mad about it for sure. Where it's like was an important thing to you. So then you'd be better off forgotten, sad. What? What memory from that time do you still cherish? Would that might be, this question might be better for a different answer. Or SMAT, as the kids are calling it. Yes. This might be better. Let's write one for this. Oops. That's not what I wanted. Come on, come down. Why did it do that? Or whatever. Better. Something there. What memory from that time would you would miss? Okay. Something like and you find yourself unmoved. Memories are so far away now. What memory of that time would you miss? You better have forgotten. What? What's something about forgetting in this too? What? What, like, cherished? No, I like the word cherished. What cherished, what cherished memory is poisoned now? This one's, like, all about memories, I guess. What person that you loved still remembers you? Or, ooh, that's good. I like that. And you feel devastated. You feel devastated. So much of your life is rotting away. What happy memories, what happy times are poisoned by rot now. What? Maybe not happy times. What? And do you remember that relentless creep of time will come for you too someday? Who will you think of when your final death comes? Oh, that's better. I like the idea of life is running away. So here, let me fill these to put these together. Oops. And do you remember that the relentless creep of time will come for you? The relentless creep of time will come for you someday, and you too will rot. Come for you too someday, and you too will rot. Who will you think? I mean, there could be 4, but then I have to come up with more for the other ones. I guess there could be 4 each. 3 is how much is in Firebrands, but I plan on I'm doing 1 for each, and then I'm going to start, and then I'm planning on coming back and doing more with 3 each. Is my plan right now. I'm trying to get something down so that I can have it kind of playable, and then gonna come back and write more when I have the brain power. I find it easier to set small goals and then work towards the bigger goals rather than setting the big goal and just I get overwhelmed. So I don't know, they're both good. Let's just put 2 in for let's just put 4 in for this one. This one gets 4, the rest get 3. We'll figure it out later. It's nice and positive? I don't know about positive, but it's good. This one gets 4, all the rest get 3. We'll figure it out later. I wonder if the second isn't a little lacking, being unemotional and too predictable. Maybe. I really like the question. What memory from that time were you guys? I approve of this. Uniformity is overrated. I am not joking. I really like the question. And you find yourself surprised that you are unmoved. Those memories feel so far away now. What memory from that time do you miss the most? Do you miss the most? Maybe that is a little stronger. I'm leaving it with 4 for now. It's fine. I think I have an odd... I think one of the playbooks has an extra move too. So you know what? It's fine. Because a player, I would be interested in not being able to have the option for the most obvious choice. List as a way to make statement and provoke players into things that are okay. Because as a player, I would be interested in not being able to have an option for the most obvious choice. List as a way to make statements and provoke players is a thing that is underrated in your opinion. I like this one because I like the idea that that I like the option to feel disconnected from your past life and in a way that you're not in a way that you are feeling in a way that you are like you're not feeling anything about it. I like the idea of like feeling numb in a way as like an option of like a response to this question. Because I think that is. I don't know if it's the most obvious option. I think it's like. I think it's interesting still. Personally, like that's a thing that I would be interested in playing with as like a starting point for a character. If like I know I had feelings about this in the past, but I can't access those now, and am like dealing with having new feelings about different things, and still trying to hold on to old feelings about things, and like that's something that I'm think is interesting enough to then I support you. Thank you. I think that is something that is interesting enough to have an answer for. Yeah. I like talking through it. It's good to talk through those things sometimes. Like, it's like it's interesting. I'm interested in that question. Like, if anything, I feel like the first one is the most predictable one. But I like the idea of being angry at your life as well. Okay, let's write another one. I did the easy ones first, and now I'm getting to the harder ones. And not for this game specifically, but in general, I'm just like. I don't know if that's like I can't tell if you're still typing or not. Hold on. I'll wait a second and see if you're still typing. Super into lists as thoughtful curation of the curation of the possibility space. Yeah, I'm in the place where I'm still like just making the lists, and then I want to go back and like edit them. It's why I love PTBA that much. I share that with Luke. The into lists of thoughtfully curated of the possible. I'm definitely like into like my lists being tighter and more meaningful, especially these ones. But I want to get things on the paper first and like try them out and see how they actually feel in like how feel. That's why I wrote a whole game based on list picking move. Yes. How they I want to like feel them in, maybe not like in play, but feel them in like existence more before and then I want to like edit them down and like make them pointier and stuff, but I want to like get them out on paper first. Is where I'm at. That's how I like to work. I don't like to like, or at least that's how I'm discovering. That's how I think I like to work. So that's what I'm doing. So I guess that's how I like to work. That's legit. The opposite of my process, but a good way to go. Yeah. I don't know if that's... I still don't know, like, what my process is like, because this is, like, the first big game I've done, so I'm just sort of going for it and seeing how it works. Is my, like, my vibe right now. Is just, like, trying things and stuff, so, like, yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm not having any ideas for Divine. I had an idea for Techno, but it's not. I don't like it because it's like curiosity. You're doing great. Oh, thank you. Actually brought it back. You. At great danger to yourself. Contribute towards the spirit bomb of anyone understanding their personal design process. Good. You're at great danger to yourself. And it was worth it. It was worth it. You recently awoke to the world surrounded by organic faces and caged by fragile code. See, that's what I was thinking for. That's similar to what I was thinking for techno, but if I say you recently awoke to the world, then that can only be used. And it wasn't worth it. Well, I'm gonna do it, and it wasn't worth it too. The thing about that for techno is that then it's like a one-time use. Like you can't, if you say you recently awoke, you can't come back and recently awake again. So I'm not sure that's what I want. Of course one of them was and it wasn't worth it. And it was worth it. You will carry this knowledge with you to the end of time. What I'll come back to that. And it wasn't worth it. You sacrificed so much on a hunch. And dying changed you in so many delightful ways. How you transcended the simple binary of life and death. Ooh, that's cool. I don't know what question that would be for. He sacrificed so much for the unknown. So much for the unknown. We'll just place that one in, Luke. That one's good. Dying changed you in so many delightful ways. How you transcend the simple barrier. You sacrificed so much for the unknown. What loss do you feel the strongest? What else do you carry? What are good verbs for Eldritch? I feel like that could do the question. What are the verbs for Eldritch? Oh, it's consume, transform, I believe. Yes, consume, transform. What else do you carry in your soul? In your essence? Maybe something like what do you need to replace? What do you need to replace before? What do you need to replace? And it wasn't worth it. You sacrificed so much for the unknown. What do you need to replace? What was lost that what was gained can't replace. What lost you feel most keenly? What about... yeah, that's kind of what I had. What lost was... to stop bleeding threads of potential realities? That's pretty good. What was lost that what was gained can't replace? I don't know. Isn't a suitable replacement for lost what was gained isn't a suitable replacement for. I think that's good, maybe. What have you lost forever that this knowledge can't make up for? Yeah, that's a better phrasing of what I was saying. Okay. Divine and Techno are what's left. Divine and Techno. Or like recast this option because right now it wasn't worth it because the price was too high. It could be it wasn't worth it because the knowledge is junk. Wasn't worth it. You sacrificed so much for the unknown. I think I like it this way, because I like the idea of like a character like knowing, like a character who's after knowledge, knowing that there is knowledge there, but not knowing what the knowledge is, and the possibility of the knowledge being something is like worth sacrificing everything in the moment, but then like the knowledge isn't enough to replace what you sacrificed, because like it could have been anything. Setting stuff. Divine is, not setting stuff. Why did I say setting stuff? Divine and Techno I'm having trouble with. You exist in a cage of other creations, of others' creation. And you are tasked with mending it to give the mortals a little time longer. To give mortals a little time longer for me. for their salvation. That's good. So my intent. I like that. You are tasked with mending it to give the mortals a little time longer for their salvation. Oh, what did I do? I think I accidentally closed the tab. How did I do that? What button did I press that made the... What? Praise Warlocks, the saver of works. Yes. What? What piece is broken today? And you are grateful for it. You are grateful for it. The world is dangerous. The world is dangerous and frightening. The world is frightening. The world is frightening. Frightening and... full of sin? Ooh, that's good. Remembers to save their notes from the other day. That's a good thought. Full of sin. What? What's the... what's the greatest... what's another word for sin? Like, immorality that you have witnessed. And I like this because it could just be like, physical bodies? Gross! I hate that! Oh, what queasy fascination with mortals can't you shake? That's better, I think. Transgression? That's also good. What's the greatest transgression you wish you have witnessed? Or what queasy fascination with mortals can't you shake? I think I like what queasy fascination with mortals can't you shake better. I think that's like lines like I think that's better like togetherness. Trello saves work like Google Docs and I love it. Yes, it's things that save work automatically are so great. And you're desperate to escape it. The archetype of hates this thing but is drawn to it is very good. Love that objectation. Yes. The world must be pretty great. Love that thing that I can't identify with at all. The world must be pretty great if everyone lives there. Some of my intent empowered by and I want to say powered by power, but that doesn't make sense. And powered and sustained by power. The world must be pretty great if everyone deserves to live there. What do you What do you Vampires, a metaphor for how humans relate to the idea of vampires. What are you most looking forward to? Yes, that's good. That's what I was trying to process. Okay, we just have Divine left. The stars have called you to action. There's work to be done. You had an idea earlier. I don't care if you saw. I don't know if you saw. I don't know if I saw it. Oh, the 37th, I see it now. The 37th seal has been cracked and blood seeps through the pearlescent clouds of heaven. And you are the one who cracked it in obedience to the nation prophecy, and you are tasked with mending it, given the mortals. Oh yeah, that wasn't for this one. That was for a different one. That makes a little more sense. Vine beans with jobs to do are good. Yeah. I kind of took, and you were tasked with mending it with a tweet about the cage of others' creations that the robot body have, but because I was thinking about that at the time, and I'm kind of into that. Tasked with mending it. to maintain your function. Maintain your function. No, that was good. Yeah. Maybe I'll leave it. So I was thinking on it. Replace full of sim with full of bodies. That's good. I do still like the idea of I have the stars called you to action. There is work to be done. And you are the one to do it. There's work to be done. The stars have called you to action. There is work to be done. And you do it gladly. You do it gladly. Gladly. What's the saying, like, busy hands stop wandering minds or something? Google. Busy hands saying. Busy hands make idle minds. That's it. And you are so tired, so very tired after these long eternity of service. Where would you go if you could lay down and rest? Ooh, that's a good one. Idle hands are the devil's playthings. Oops, I did. Yeah, idle hands are the devil's playthings. You do it gladly. Idle hands are the devil's playthings. Idle hands are the devil's playthings. What sin did you last time you were idle? And for the first time, and not for the first time, you wonder why. Not for the first time you went. Yes, good. This should be dead. Not for the first time you wonder why. First time you wonder why. A glitch in your you can't shake. What unresolved dilemma drives you to question heaven? That's good. That's about what I was going to say. Cool. Cool. Okay, let's read them. We'll start at the bottom. Techno. You exist in a cage of others' creation, life summoned by intent and sustained by power. And you are tasked with mending it, to give the mortals a little time longer for their salvation. What piece is broken today? And you are grateful for it. The world is frightening and full of bodies. What crazy fascination with mortals can't you shake? And you are desperate to escape it. The world must be pretty great if everyone lives there. What are you most looking forward to? I'm not totally sure about to give the mortals a little time longer for their salvation, because that was you were intentioning that to be the angel one, but I don't know what to replace it with, and it is kind of good. I'll leave it for now. Undead. A building that had sentimental value to you in your human life was just torn down. And good riddance. You'd be... Question Heaven is my new AP interview podcast where we pretend to interview angels. That's very good. There are 2 games out right now about angels. There's Feathers, which is one of the Dreams hack. Neither am I for their advancement. Maybe there's Feathers, that's a Dreams hack, and then there's what's the other one called? I bought it, or I really want to play it. Exodus, both of them. There are like 2 angel games out right now that just came out. Feathers looks fucking sick, right? You charge nothing it. Neither am I for their advancement. I don't totally know where you were thinking neither am I for their advancement. For a little time for their... you're saying you're also not sure about this. Yeah, let's try advancement. And let's read it again. You exist in a cage of others' creation, a life summoned by intent and sustained by power, and you are tasked with mending it, to give the mortals a little time longer for their advancement. What piece is broken today? I think that's good. Feathers does look very good. A building that had sentimental value to you in your human life was just turned down, and good riddance, you'd be better forgotten. What person that you loved still remembers you? And you find yourself surprised that you are unmoved. Those memories feel so far away now. What memory of that time do you miss the most? And you feel devastated. So much of your life is rotting away. What happy times are poisoned by rot now? And you remember the relentless creep of time will come for you too someday. And who will you think of when your final death comes? Fae. It's midwinter, and the beasts of the wild and the wastes are holding parliament. And you attended beast form to not arouse suspicion. What mischief did you plant? And you are not in attendance, too grand for such lowly creatures. What secret kinship do you share with them? And they paid tithes to you as their rightful sovereign. What tokens of beastdom are you now in possession of? Demonic. You've been spending a lot of time in the human world, tasked with mending it to keep the organic world safe from you. Why do you fear your own programming? That's pretty good. Demonic. You've been spending a lot of time in the human worlds, and they are endlessly entertaining. You're not sure why you even come back. Why do you? And they are starting to notice you. You didn't stick to the shadows enough. What have they started doing in your name? And they have become predictable. It's time to find new toys. What about humans is entertaining? Eldritch. Curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought it back. You learned something new at great danger to yourself, and it was worth it. You will carry this knowledge to the end of time. What else do you carry in your essence? And it wasn't worth it. You sacrificed so much for the unknown. What have you lost forever that this knowledge can't make up for? And dying changed you in so many delightful ways. How have you transcended the simple binary of life and death? Draconic. You had a duel with one of the other draconic outer organisms, and you easily overpowered them, proving your superiority. What shiny new prize did you win? And it was a drag-out fight, leaving you licking your wounds. What injury bothers you the most? And you lost terribly. Your pride was hurt more than anything. How are you trying to save face? Divine. The stars have called you to action. There was work to be done, and you do it gladly. Idle hands are the devil's playthings. What sin did you commit last time you were idle? And you are tired, so very tired after long eternities of service. Where would you go if you could lay down and rest? And for not the first time, you wonder why. A glitch in your system you cannot shake. What unresolved dilemma drives you to question heaven? I think those are good. Those are like good starting place. Okay, there's something Okay, how does solitaire work? Setup. Play by yourself quietly. You use the section for your faction. Okay, we're just gonna like copy this stuff over. I feel like the Triconagon should have a specific super cool dream named dragon instead of leaving it generic. Okay, yeah, let's do that. With and a dual with. Grothin Zach, the sovereign. We used did we use the word sovereign, or we just talked about sovereign? We did use the word sovereign. The sire of light. And the first draconic one can maybe use little juice. Yeah, that's the first one I wrote. That's not sire. Grothinzak, the sire of light. Is that good? The Prince of Thundering Water and Broken Horns. I like that. And you easily overpower them, proving your superiority. What? You easily overpowered them. And you easily overpowered them. The fight was trivial. What shiny new prize? First demonic one needs the juice. Okay. Then this one is fine. Although maybe like, I think this one is fine. What about like, what if it was like, you easily overpowered them, but it's like nothing, but nothing, but like it's not worth it, like, because you would have rather had a good fight. Is that better than this one? I don't know, we'll leave it for now. This one needs... And they're endlessly entertaining. You're not sure why you come back. Why do you? Yeah, I like that better. But it wasn't satisfying. Who was the last foe to truly test your strength? Thank you. Okay, they're endlessly entertaining. You're not sure why you even come back. Why do you? Yeah, the questions feel lacking. Oops. You're not sure even why you come back. What? What obligation draws you away from your fun? Maybe? What obligation draws you away from your fun? So to find new toys. What prevents you from leaving hell forever? So to find new toys. What feature would keep your attention forever? Maybe that? Wait, we don't need forever. It's time to find new toys. What feature would keep your attention? Maybe? I don't know. Also, why you even go home instead of why you ever come back is clear that the place in question is hell on earth, right? Why you even... Okay. Go home. I think what feature can keep your attention is good. I need to write on my list of things to accomplish. Here it is. More solitaire scenarios. There, now it's on my list. Let's do just like put the rules in for solitaire. This is some good shit, TM. Well, I'm glad you like it. Can I just... What's the rules on copying from Firebrand? Let me look at a Firebrand hack and see what they did. Because if they just copy the words, then I'm probably fine. I have Divine Mundane here somewhere. Um, well, the Solitaire could be a cool place to bring in collaborators, that if that's what you're interested in. A lab-designed Eldritch Plumper too, except maybe. That could be cool. I think I need to get further in the game before I decide if I want to do that first, though. Like, further into, like, the... It's designed, and then... I feel like I need more to show people before I can be like, hey, you want to help with this? Play with only one patron. Very legit. There was only one patron. Your patron type list. Just thinking about stretch goals for your Kickstarter. And choose a and choose what happens. Answer the question associated with it. Associated with it. Lupo write a patron type thing for playing Just the Wind, but evil. Associated with it. The other patrons might have or might notice. Also, yo, time zones are hard. Under Hollow Hills today or tomorrow. Not today or tomorrow, the next day. For me, at least. Because it's in, like... like 52 hours. I think. That's what I have it in my calendar, at least. No worries. Okay. Other patrons might notice or hear. Notice something about you. Or hear of your hear of your actions. That's my Sunday. I will adjust my calendar. Okay. State these. These at the beginning of the next game. simplify the rules a little bit. Okay. Now I think I want... Also, I think I'm gonna be a sad dog. Okay. Faction turn. First faction turn. Play solitaire. Then conversation over... See, I don't want it to be a conversation over food because... Isn't that what it's called? A conversation over food. I don't want a conversation over food because I don't think that patrons eat, so it doesn't make sense to be over food, but I want it to be a conversation over something. So, I'm not really sure. Like a conversation over... Conversation in the outer realms? A conversation between realms. That's good. Conversation between realms. Okay. Conversation between realms. I should have... Here's what I should do. No, I won't do that. For the first faction turn, play with all patrons. Patrons, ask how you and your... Alright, I must be off. Gotta go Skype with my cute friend. Good designing today. Bye, see you later, Luke. Ask how you and your partners came to be traveling together. What do you about each other? What have you heard? That's not how you spell each other. What have you heard? Play for details. You can ask for details. That's fine. The person with the patron, yeah, with the probably not lowest social standing. patron with the least time in the human world goes first. If this is unclear, choose at random. On your turn, you can on your turn choose one or more of the other patrons. And an action. Topical question. Engage in actual improvised conversation. Pass. Travel. Leave the conversation. The ends when everyone has passed in a row, or when all but have left all but one have left the conversation. Woo, okay. Topical questions. Let's do this like this. Missions. I make an ignorant social or diplomatic blunder. Do you let me recover gracefully, or do you hold it against me? I'm feeling expansive. What do you want to know about me? Oh, I should... What do you want to know about me? Maybe not I'm feeling expansive. I am expansive. I am expansive. Today, I am expansive. I'm not so sure about this first one. I'm feeling generous. What favor do you ask of me? I hope you don't bring up blank, do you? Let's bring blank up. Oh, do you? I need to come clean about... I need you to come clean. I need you to come clean about blank. Do you? I accidentally spilled a secret that blank. I recover gracefully, but you pick up on it anyway. Something gives you away to me. What? I'm trying to keep you while blank. Do you go for it? I hope to find common ground you about blank. Is there any? I need reassurance about blank, can you? I need you to reassure me about blank, can you? I hope to convince you that blank. Can I? I hope to get you to commit to blank. Can I? Cool. I don't think I need likely topics. Okay, okay, let's clean up the, I think I'm gonna clean up the document and then be done for the day. because my brain is starting to get sleepy from stuff. Okay, how do I clean this up? Let's start here. Physically change and make tool tracks for, okay. Powder Cake City, patron upkeep. Okay, let's add patron upkeep question mark to like this. No, I don't think I need patron upkeep. Let's leave that out. That can be a thing that I think about later. Let's just start at the top to clean this up. Why am I starting at the bottom? Okay. I didn't even start at the bottom. I started in like the middle. Okay, oops, all Warlocks, that's fine. Playbooks, they're fine. They're as clean as they're gonna get for now, which is pretty messy, but not too bad. Then I've got stats. I've got them written down. Patrons. Got those. I just did this faction turn stuff, so it's pretty clean. Tracks, please. That's good. Can delete is the 3 games. That's not a thing I need to have written down. I'm just cleaning. You're now back with food. Oh, exciting. I'm just cleaning up my document, and then I'm probably gonna log off. So we're just like chilling. Okay, that's okay. Chilling is great. I get to play Polaris in like an hour. We're wrapping up a 3-shot. Very exciting. Factions, capitalist, good. Territory map, we still need to do. Running safety tools about entanglements, mechanized relationships, maybe recover sessions. Okay, playbooks, friends, enemies, info, gather info questions. Interrogate coin, GM principles, player principles, faction turn. This is Firebrand inspired. Each other's patrons. This is a connected game. World creation is a game. Incentivize free play. Framing tools, safety tools. Maybe revamp this to make it more inherent to the game. Logo, player logo. What do missions look like? Patron goals, about person missions. Personal missions. Different mission. 2 blades. Vagar. Question mark. That's kind of focused. That game kind of just works great. I've never played it, but it's good when games work great. How much setting and characters do I want? Aesthetic. Looking at art movements. Do stuff there. Do I want physical changes? Yes. Mechanics for healing and changing fissures. You can use an X. What happens when you get for fissures? Some percentage of us wrote a paragraph about this. Goals and missions, how they interact. Writing segment about eligible support or how it is shitty. Example list of patron gifts. Change the name of stress, overindulgences, entanglements, heat questions. Maybe add questions about healing fissures. Paragraph describing event average patrons. I think I don't need that anymore. How cohorts, crew contacts, copy stuff over from blades. List of likes and dislikes for patrons. Did that. List of look, what can Lim do with magic? Relationships with other PC questions. Big questions. Editable setting stuff. Scores coming up with individual city sectors. More city sectors. More solitary playtest notes. Okay, I think my document is slightly cleaner now. I've like tried to remove. It's still really long. It's still like 22 pages, and most of that is like notes on how what I'm supposed to do. But I think it's good. So let's wrap up for the day. This was, yeah, close. Hooray, we did it. We designed. We did it. We did it for, wow, almost 4 hours. We did a lot of designing today. That was good. I'll be back tomorrow. I fixed the capture card thing, so we'll have audio for The World Ends With You, which is super important because we started it without audio, and then I was hearing the audio, and the songs were a lot, so it's important that the audio is there. So we're gonna play that tomorrow. The World Ends With You. It'll be our first session, so if you haven't watched before, that's okay. Like, we're not jumping into something in the middle of things. And yeah, that's what we're doing tomorrow. Should we raid someone? There's like 2 viewers, so we can raid DC. I don't even know if it'll show up with 2 viewers, but whatever, we'll do it. Okay, bye.